This is the Koonkex Seeker24 Dual-Motor 3000W electric bike, and just looking at it parked here in front of me, you can tell straight away this isn't your ordinary e-bike. The first thing that stands out is its bold, almost rugged look, with that wild body painting and massive 24-inch fat tires. Honestly, I was a little intimidated at first. I mean, dual motors, 3000W peak power, and a big battery? It looked like something built for adventure, not your run-of-the-mill around-town cruise. But after spending some real time riding it, I've got plenty to share, especially if you're curious about what riding a high-powered fat tire e-bike like this actually feels like day to day. So I hope this quick review will help you understand what you'd actually experience if you had this bike sitting right in your yard, waiting for a ride. So talking a bit about the appearance and my first impressions. The Seeker24 is a big, solid-looking bike, with the types of details that make you feel like it's built to take on pretty much anything. The 24-inch wheels, with those chunky 4-inch wide tires, just look ready to eat up mud, sand, or snow. The frame is made of aluminum, which keeps it from being unreasonably heavy, but it still feels sturdy when you grab the handlebars or stand next to it. The graphics are bold and eye-catching. I get a lot of looks, and honestly, it made me want to hop on the minute I unboxed it. Perched on the bike, the seat is higher than the usual city e-bike, which is actually great for visibility. And I noticed that the wide handlebars give you solid control, especially when you're going off-road. The controls are basic but nice. A clear display shows your speed, battery level, and assist mode, and I love that they added actual rear-view mirrors. It's a little touch, but for me, it made a huge difference for safety, especially riding on busier streets. From my experience, riding the Seeker24 really does live up to its aggressive look. For my very first ride, I stuck to the roads around my neighborhood, just to see what kind of kick I was in for. With both motors running, the acceleration is impressive. The second you hit the throttle, you feel that 3000W peak power. It's fast. I genuinely mean that. I hit over 35 miles per hour on a flat stretch, and it didn't even feel like it was struggling. If you're new to fast e-bikes, I'd actually suggest getting used to the power little by little. But if, like me, you want something that pushes that boundary, you'll love it. I even took the bike up some old steep hills behind my house, ones where I would usually have to stand and pedal hard on my regular mountain bike, and this thing just cruised up like nothing. No sweating, no standing up off the saddle, just steady, controlled climbing. I also took the Seeker24 for some off-road action, since those tires were basically begging for it. There's this trail that loops through some rough patches near my place, with rocks, tree roots, and a little section of sand. This is where the dual suspension really became my favorite feature. Most e-bikes I tried before were a little bouncy or stiff, and even with fat tires, you'd feel a lot in your back or wrists. But here, every bump, root, and rock was muted by the combo of the front fork and the mid-mounted shock absorber under the main frame. It absorbed rough patches so well that I felt comfortable pushing my speed on the trail. For new riders, dual suspension means you get a shock absorber on both the front and the middle of the bike, making off-road and bumpy city commutes much easier on your back and arms. The battery life? No disappointments there. I've ridden for a full afternoon, using mostly pedal assist and switching into full electric when I got tired, and still had plenty left on the bars. The 52-volt, 25-hour battery is a beast. For me, it lasts about 30 miles just on the throttle without pedaling, and when I ride in pedal assist mode, it can stretch out well beyond 50 miles. Of course, if you're running both motors at full power and going uphill the whole way, it'll drink up the battery much faster. But it absolutely handled my longer trail loops and trips around town without making me worry about running out of juice. Now here's what I really love about the Seeker24. The most obvious thing is the power. This is a fun bike if you like going fast and want real performance, not just a commuter that gets you from A to B. The dual motors give you a choice. You can run with just the front, just the rear, or both for extra grip and speed, which means it adapts to whatever terrain you're riding. Those fat tires and dual suspension keep you comfortable and stable everywhere, even in loose gravel, mud, and even snow. The brakes are hydraulic disc, and I can honestly say they work incredibly well. You'll need strong brakes once you hit those top speeds, and I've never felt out of control. I seriously appreciate the extra accessories too. The phone bag, solid bike lock, little pump, and even the fenders set this apart from cheaper bare-bones bikes. Also, I can't leave out the simple fact that this bike is just fun to ride. If you've ever been a bike that made you want to find new shortcuts, dirt paths, or just get out of the house for any excuse, this is that bike. I've taken it to run errands, gone out after a rain, since those tires bite through mud nicely, and even just tossed it in the bast of my car truck for a weekend ride somewhere new. Now, some things I don't like, or at least things you should know before you click buy. This is a heavy bike. It's over 80 pounds with the battery in, and trust me, lifting it onto a rack or up a couple steps is a workout. If you ever have to carry it for any real distance, be prepared. It's also a pretty big bike, so storage in a small apartment or tight garage could be tricky. The battery does take a while to charge, about 8 to 10 hours from empty, so it isn't for quick turnarounds. For anyone new to e-bikes, the sheer power the Seeker24 offers might be a little much to handle at first. I took it slow for my first few rides, and I'd recommend others do the same, just to get comfortable with how quick it accelerates. Another point, with the extra features and robust build comes a slightly higher price, so it's not a budget pick, even though it often gets discounted during sales. In conclusion, after really putting the Koonkex Seeker24 Dual-Motor 3000W electric bike through its paces, I honestly think it's perfect for anyone looking for a real adventure e-bike that performs everywhere, from paved streets to muddy trails and snowy shortcuts. If you want an electric bike that's actually fun to ride, handles rough terrain, and still looks amazing parked outside the local coffee shop, this is the one I'd recommend. It's not for someone who wants a lightweight folding bike or just rides a flat sidewalk to work every day. But if you're curious to explore more or want something that feels powerful and reliable, you'll love it like I do. If you enjoyed this quick review, make sure to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment below. Let me know if you have any questions or want to hear more about how this bike handles in specific situations, or maybe you want to recommend another bike I should try out. Thank you for watching.